Welcome back. One final point before we go tonight. So there's a new defense of socialism coming from the left. We're going to debunk it tonight. The way Democrats are defending socialism now isn't by telling us the benefits of such a system. No, the Democrats are pretending that anybody who doesn't want a system like Cuba or Venezuela or the Soviet Union simply doesn't understand what socialism means. Here are a couple of examples. Jamel Hill from The Atlantic tweeted this weekend, quote, "My guess is 100% of the people who don't want a socialist have zero idea what socialism actually means." Talk show host Montel Williams also tweeted today, quote, "The freakout over socialism is just a bunch of grifters on the right trying to get famous. The world is on fire and we have a president who takes advice from clowns on cable TV. Did I mention the world is on fire? No, I'm not into banning cows or planes," he says. So let's define socialism. Socialism is an economic system where the government is in control of the means of production and distribution. Democrats' argument, then, is that their policy ideas like high taxes and Medicare for all and the Green New Deal aren't socialism because government doesn't own the industry. That is materially misleading. Democrats are simply morphing the definition of socialism from government owning the industry and therefore reaping all the profit to government controlling the industry and taxing away all the profit. Potato, potato. So let's talk about what happens in socialist nations or nations with socialist policies. In Venezuela, the government has unleashed tear gas in maternity wards at hospitals. They have murdered dissidents. There's a mass starvation of their people happening. They torture political opponents. They have detained journalists who asked the dictator about democracy. In Cuba, this is a photo of the healthcare system of the people of Cuba. The elites fly to Spain. The people of Cuba have to bring their own light bulbs to the hospital. They're not allowed to leave the country, and if they criticize the communist government, they disappear. In the UK, yes, the UK is a free nation, but with a socialist healthcare system, government decides whether babies like Charlie Gard live or die, based on how expensive it would be for the government to pay for his healthcare. Even though socialists tell us healthcare is a basic human right and therefore shouldn't be tied to money. For adults in the UK, surgeries that aren't urgent are forcibly postponed by the government-run socialist healthcare system, who again doesn't want to pay for the surgeries. In Canada's socialist healthcare system, wait times are so long people jump our border, come here to the United States for the latest innovative cancer treatment. In the Soviet Union, people ate their own shoes. They were forbidden from leaving the country. They were followed by secret police if they criticized the government. They were not allowed to listen to music. They were tortured and killed if they didn't toe the socialist ideological line. 100 million innocent people all around the world were killed as a direct result of socialist and communist regimes in the 20th century. Do we want that to happen again? People who don't want socialism here in the United States are the people who understand the danger of socialist regimes. And anybody foolish enough to support a socialist, after all the history we have that shows us how socialism will hurt us and our families, you are the people who don't understand what socialism actually means. And that is my final point.